It's the final game before the All-Star break, and as we are every Sunday, joined by the manager of the RoughRiders, Steve Buechele. Steve, this homestand started a little bit sideways, but the team seemed to right the ship somewhere along the end of the Corpus Christi series, beginning of the Midland series, and now you look to finish out this pre-All-Star break finishing strong.
Yeah, they right the ship like they always do. It's amazing. It's a team where, we've talked about it so many times where sometimes you feel lucky to win, and when you lose a couple ugly, you feel like there's not going to be a win coming for a while. But they've managed to fight and come back. And, yeah, I couldn't be happier with it. We've taken 2 out of 3 so far with a chance to win this series going into the break. And I think these guys need a rest. You can see a little fatigue creeping in, and it's very natural for this time of year. But no complaints. They're fighting.
And it's not just the young guys who seem like they need a break. Some of the older veteran guys have been a little sluggish as well. So it's one of those things where everybody could probably benefit for a day or two.
Yeah, no question. We've been a little bit short. Joe Benson injury has kind of caught everybody off guard, and guys have been forced to play every day, go out there, and in the heat, it gets tough on them, and you can tell, there's some fatigue setting in, but that's part of the game, and you have to overcome it.
Once again, this has become rehab central here for the Rangers. You had Ian Kinsler to start the homestand, Mitch, Moreland, Joakim, Soria, who's expected to throw today. Really, Moreland and Soria have impressed mightily in their stints.
Yeah, and it was nice for Mitch to contribute. A lot of times you don't expect a whole lot out of rehabbers. Pitching-wise, I think you can, just depending on how far along they are or where they are in their rehab. But Soria looked good, Mitch looked good, and I know the Rangers are probably excited. I know they're excited to get Mitch back and looking forward to Soria being a full go for him.
We had Moreland here with us last year, and I keep hearing the same things from guys on the team, just what a positive influence he is, not only on the field with what he did, obviously good offensively, but just being one of the guys and trying to share his knowledge and work with these guys.
He's a great guy. He has great leadership qualities, and I saw that 5 years ago when I had him my first year. He's like I said, he's a leader. He knows how to go about his business. He plays the game the right way. He is great in the clubhouse, and I think he understands that not too far removed from being a RoughRider himself. So he gets it, and when he does come down here, you're going to get something good out of him.
Speaking of somebody else who has moved on, Ben Rowen was promoted to AAA after putting up phenomenal numbers. I think he went 19 straight scoreless outings to finish out his time with the RoughRiders. Picked up right where he left off with 2 scoreless innings a couple of nights ago for Round Rock. Certainly a well-deserved promotion for Ben.
Oh, no doubt about it. I think he's our MVP in the first half for sure. I think Randy Henry the first month when he was healthy picked up a lot of slack, but Ben was given no wiggle room. And in those 19 innings or 19 appearances where he allowed no runs, I couldn't tell you how many times he came in with the bases loaded. He was just in the situation where he was afforded no wiggle room, and he was outstanding.
So the team loses one unconventional thrower and gains another. A little bit of a surprise, Alex Claudio coming up from Single-A Hickory, and you probably couldn't ask for a better debut than the one he had on Friday.
Yeah, throwing right into the situation. First and third, 1 out, gets a 1-pitch double play, and then strikes out the side in his next inning. You hear good things about him. He's a guy I was not very familiar with, but they say he's got that crazy Bugs Bunny changeup, and he did. I mean, he came in, and you couldn't have asked for more. And for his first outing in Double-A, he looked pretty nice.
That pitch just looked bonkers from above where I see it. Did you see it any differently?
I just saw it as something that confused the hitters mightily, and their third baseman was saying that it's, he couldn't hit it. It was unhittable. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out, but it sure is a nice start.
Speaking of unconventional pitches, we saw Kevin Pucetas go to the knuckleball a couple of nights ago. Was that something that was in the plans? Was it something you were aware of, that he was going to break out of his repertoire and pitch in a game?
I don't know that. I knew he threw one. I didn't know that he would break it out in the game until maybe a day or two before. But I think it gives him an option if he can throw it for a strike and get better at it. It may be something down the line that pays huge dividends for him.
Did you ever hit against knuckleballers in your time in the big leagues?
Did. I played with Charlie Huff for many years, and then when he was with Chicago, I played against him and Necro and Candiotti and Tim Wakefield. So, yeah, I have a little experience against those guys.
Did you have much success against them?
No, I don't remember. What I do remember is I got a hit off of Charlie. That's really all I cared about at the time. But I guess I didn't. If otherwise, I'd have remembered it, but I couldn't tell you.
A couple other pitchers who have pitched well here lately turned things around a little bit. Neil Ramirez, back-to-back outstanding outings against Corpus, and maybe the last one was his most impressive outing of the season, given that he went 68 pitches through 6 innings. But Wilmer Font as well seems to have found his control and has shaken off some of the wildness that he had earlier.
Yeah, it was nice to see him, and Justin Miller I'd throw in there too with his close the other night was kind of a nice step forward for him. You know, Neil's been good all year as far as I'm concerned. He's had a couple rough outings, but the last start he was outstanding. I think we wanted to give him a little bit of a break. I think before Jeff went on vacation, he would have been happy with 5 innings and 80 pitches. It turns out Neil went 6 and around 70, so it worked out perfect. He was really good. And then Wilmer can be that dominant pitcher. We saw it last year, and it came out again a couple nights ago, and Miller came in and threw a good 1, 2, 3 inning too. So those are all positives as we move forward.
Finally, today's pitcher, Carlos Pimentel, has been among your most consistent pitchers up until this recent stretch. It seems like every time he wins a Pitcher of the Week award, he has a couple bad starts after that. Have you seen any reason as to maybe why Carlos has struggled a little bit more than he had?
No, I don't know. I think for Pimo to be effective, he has to keep his fastball down and located. And I think the games when he gets banged around a little bit is when he's just throwing the fastball down the middle. And I don't care who you are or how hard you throw. If you throw it down the middle, you're going to get hit. And hopefully it was just one of those little stretches where, two poor outings on his end. But with the break coming up, we'll see if he can't bounce back tonight.
Well, Boo, congratulations on this last half of the homestand being so successful. And have fun in Springdale here this next couple of days.
All right. Thanks, Alex.
That's Steve Buechele, manager of the RoughRiders. We're back after this on the Frisco RoughRiders Baseball Network.